The number one, he busted my wall. So I'm through. The second number one piece is, because they're all equal, they're all equal, is that now I absolutely know I can do it. There's no doubt now. And the third thing is that I know I've got all the backup support that could ever come up, that could ever be possible, that there's no way I can fail. One of the biggest ones was like and I know it's one that I've known for a long time, was just the feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Stepping outside your comfort zone. What Chris actually did was he led us in steps that were attainable. They were just like taking you out, taking you out, taking you out, taking you out, so that you just move into this comfortable space, little incrementally. It was just really, really fine. That was really, really important for me. One of the other things was the incredible co-creativeness of the tribe, of the people, was massive. The feeling of community, the support from Chris, from everybody, was massive. And the third thing was the content was like nothing I ever thought I would ever get. Absolutely phenomenal content, and paint by number content. Paint by numbers, paint by numbers. You do this, and this will happen. It's like, phew.
So, having been here for 4 days, I mean, Chris shared so many things. So the big takeaways for me are, first off, I guess, is to really learn how to polarize yourself. Because, for myself, and I'm going to be honest here, being a feminine type of guy, I'm quite a soft approach. It's like, oh, you sure you don't want to do that? It's okay, right? But the whole idea of having to polarize yourself, especially for your audience, so that you can push yourself out here, and then obviously you can always readjust and realign to where you're at. So that's the first thing I learned in Amplify. The second thing I learned was all about how to really get connected with your audience, right? To not just walk on the stage and then bang, start. It's just take that moment, just feel them. Let them feel you, and let yourself feel all of them. Then that's when it's time to start. So that's the second thing that I took away from Amplify. And the last thing I took from Amplify was really that if I wrap up an amazing gift, right? If I have this amazing gift, but I rock up to the party, but I don't give it to the person, then it's doing a huge disservice, because I've spent time wrapping up my gift. I've bought the most meaningful gift possible. And the third thing is I haven't given it out. And that's what it is when you have an amazing message, and Chris shows you how to package up that gift, but not only that, to how to actually give it out so that you don't feel like you're selling. You don't feel like you're being disingenuous. You're actually being real, and you're really helping people, because whatever you have inside of you is a real gift, and they need to have that gift in their life to experience so that they can go forward.
The first takeaway from this event is the fact that he lays the things out step by step and makes it so simple for me to follow. Like, we're gonna do A, B, C, D in these 4 days. That's so clear, with clarity, saying on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And then he hits it, he hits it, he hits it, he hits it. The second thing that's so great about this is I sort of recall a couple things about presenting again, right? How you got to be authentic and really calm as you come forward to meet your people. You got to come from your heart first. So it's kind of a reminder, which is really great. And the third thing is that the fact that he makes it so clear how you open the loop, and then you close the loop, and then what comes after the loop. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the profiting, how you make the profit, which many presenters don't do. So that's a big, massive takeaway.
First of all, it really helped fill in the gaps for me, so things made more sense, and I could add more elements into my program, from just sharing ideas with the group, Chris's ideas, seeing how the templates and all the different concepts can really add to my program, so I can bring more depth to my client. What was the other really good takeaway? That the speaking was definitely a big takeaway for me. Just the exercises we did really helped me ground and release some old fears I had from previous speaking in front of groups that I didn't even know was there. So that was really huge for me. And then also just this group, the power of this group was a huge takeaway for me. And now I have 22 people who are in my camp, who are supporting me, cheering me on, giving me tips. It's that having that mastermind group, just getting to know, see the faces, touching people is really important to have that connection.
Have more belief in myself, have more belief in my product, and the techniques that he's given us to hold an audience of any size.
For me, it just gave me exactly the tools. It gave me every single thing I needed to go out and be a high-paid presenter. I mean, that's everything for me, because I'm looking to explode my brand for 2016, and now I feel equipped to do exactly that.
The three biggest takeaways are I now have all of the skills to go and work on and improve on. I've been given, the process and everything this week, but the templates to do that with, and I know it's just going to be so hugely successful. But the other big takeaways are I really have to get into my zone of genius, which is talking to clients and doing sales and working with people that way. And the process is all just happening in the background. So just allowing the process to happen in the background, so then I can go and speak to a much wider audience and really get the message out there, to help other people get the message out there. So that's a huge big thing. And then the third biggest takeaway is an event like this, you cannot, look, I don't want to not talk about the information and the high value that you get from the 4 days of content is just amazing. But being at an event like this, working with other like-minded people, being in the environment where you're all working together, and the big thing that Chris talks about is working through partners. And being in an event like this, if nothing else, is just amazing for future joint venture partnerships, but also the inspiration and camaraderie from everyone, whether it's the team or other participants and Chris, it's brilliant.
The biggest takeaway from me, the number one takeaway from me was just how to allow myself to just be me and to serve the audience and not get myself in my own way. The next two things was, how do you have a complete structure for a presentation, whether it's online or offline, whether it's 90 minutes or whether it's one whole day. We were given a complete structure of how to do it, paint by numbers, templated, and we can use it in anything at any time.
I can't say it in three. I would have three takeaways from the first 30 minutes of this event. It just blew my mind. I could try to summarize it, and I would probably use something like absolute emotional clarity about myself, about my target audience, about what I want to say. What is the second thing? Learning so much about how to grow a business and what role I can play there, and how to address the target audience, and to be an awesome speaker, and help actually to help my clients rather than putting myself in front of this picture. The third one, Chris himself, I would say. I just signed up to be coached by Chris. It's certainly something I didn't plan. I'm not even looking at any amount I have to pay. What we got out of 4 days here with Chris is probably worth half a year of coaching with someone else.